Alright, welcome to the Carnival Magic. We're going to do a complete full ship tour starting right here on deck 15. A little history of the Carnival Magic. She was built in 2011. She's 130,000 gross tons. She's 1,004 feet long, 122 feet wide, and she consists of 15 decks. And we're going to start our tour again right here on the 15th deck. Alright, so let's start the tour. First thing we're going to do is start out up here, and you're going to come to Serenity. Serenity is an adult-only retreat, 21 and over, not 18. Got a lot of clamshell chairs, got different types of seating everywhere, and under normal days they'll have the bar open as well. One hot tub on each side, and we have a bar here, again that only opens up on certain days. As you can see from behind the glass over there, you get a beautiful view up here. This is in the very forward of the ship as we walk around. And the other side is pretty much identical to the other side. And there's your second hot tub. Alright, this is the only thing on deck 15. The highest point of the ship other than the slides, as you can see there. And that concludes the Serenity area. As on this ship, it is only one deck. Other ships have a two-story Serenity deck. We're going to come down here to deck 14 forward. There's not really a lot here except a little bit of the spa. This is the Cloud9 spas. And as you can see right there in front of us, someone getting a shave and a haircut. As we go down this aisle, they have a little store for you. As we come down the side, work our way around through the spa, and you're going to come out to an area. Notice it is vaccinated guests only, and this is only accessible if you are in the Cloud9 spa suites rooms, and they have very few inside rooms up here. This is just a little relaxing area for Cloud9 guests only. So they have snacks and stuff for them. Only. And then it's the same thing as you go out. Hello. Alrighty. Normally access the entire spa on deck 14. But right now they are actually closed. These are the Cloud9 rooms and suites and balconies. They have inside rooms Only have about 4, I think, inside rooms up here, and that's these right here. The rest are balconies. And then this just brings you back out to the main deck. When you come out of deck 12, which will bring you back up here by the waterworks, this is for the kids or the adults, whichever. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way to the aft of the ship. Seating up here. They have now taken all the towel animals out, as you can see. Not many people here because we are in port at Amber Cove. So there's your main pool. Right. And we have the jogging track up here. We're going to go around that and we'll speed that up so we don't bore you. We have the ropes course. Waterworks again is back to the bow. And we have these. Now when you get on these, once you get on that ropes course, make sure you can complete it, because it's pretty embarrassing when they have to come and get you and lower you down because you can't make it. Don't be that guy or gal. Alright, as we make our way back to the aft of the ship, we'll take a look at the Freedom. All right, and at the very aft of the ship on deck 12 is a full-size basketball court. They do a little bit of soccer back here. They have some tournaments during the week. They have a foosball table, they have gym equipment, and I really have never seen anybody work out on the gym equipment back here. You get a pretty good view of the rear pool from up here. And we'll be down there in just a few minutes. And again, this pretty much does the same thing on the other side, so I'm going to go ahead and I just got to be proved to be wrong. All right, we're going to go down to deck 11. All right, so this is deck 11 aft, which again overlooks the pool on deck 10, and you have to push the button to get in. On deck 11, we have Cucine del Capitano Italian restaurant, which is open free for lunch, and then there's a $15 charge at night. They do have a large table. We have actually sat at that table with a large group. You can see they're getting ready for lunch. Again, lunch is complimentary, and it's mostly spaghettis of your choice. You can create your own. And at night, it is a full menu for $15. I think it's well worth the $15. Now, right by the stairwell here, this would take you back up to the sports deck, and this is the mid elevators. Next to the mid elevators, again, I'm not going to go out there, but we'll bring you to the golf course and the ropes course. Now we can see someone apparently had a little trouble there on the ropes course, and they are readjusting his stuff and trying to get him down. I think we're going to go ahead and get a view of that. All right, so apparently they panicked. It's really not that high. Now I think what they're doing, since they have name tags on, is they are practicing. This is how they get someone down that panics and cannot get down. Yeah, this is a drill because she's enjoying it. All right, that was pretty cool. All right, as we come out the doors on deck 11 from the mid elevators, this is where the DJ usually works from. And then again, you have the pool area. And there's my beautiful wife doing what she does. And we're going to continue around. This is deck 11. You can at least get out of the sun up here and still feel like a part of all the parties that go on at the pool. Right, we're going to go down into the atrium area. This is still on deck 11. Plenty of art everywhere. Hello. All right, and this is the atrium. Don't get sick. And as we go around to the front of the atrium, atriums are kind of a thing of the past on the cruise ships. As we go to this side, it's pretty much just rooms and rooms, and the other side is identical. And that brings us to the very bow of the ship, so we're going to go down to deck 10. All right, this is deck 10, and we are all the way forward on deck 10, which has cabins. But I want to show you a little trick. Come all the way forward on deck 10, go to the right or the left, depending on which hallway you come down. Now, people call this the hidden deck. I'm not sure why they call it the hidden deck, because it's really not hidden. It is out here. And what this does, it brings you to the bow. It's very windy when we're underway, but if you're coming into a port, it's a beautiful place to watch as you're coming in. And it goes all the way around, and if you go down the other side, and I'll do that, it just takes you into another door on the other side again, but you have to go down that side of the hallway. This is on decks 10, 9, and 8 only. Yes, if you're lucky to have that first cabin, which we have, you can just kind of walk out your cabin and come out on the front. So as we come back out of the very front of the ship, we're going to come past the atrium elevators, and we're going to work our way around. All right, this brings us right out onto the main pool deck on Lido deck. Again, as we move around. To our left, we have naturally the Red Frog Rum Bar. And on the other side, we have the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar. Over there, we have a towel station. And right there is my beautiful wife. All right, over here, quite a bit of seating up here on the Lido deck. We have more drinks, and we have the Blue Iguana Cantina where you can get tacos, burritos, and a few other things. Now, on the other side of the deck, we have one of the most famous places on the ship, Guy's Burgers. And has all the fixings over here, a little bit more seating there. And then as we come in from Guy's Burgers, we go into the buffet area. Hello. Now we're in between breakfast and lunch, but we have always got to have a swirl every day. My buddy has about 10 of them a day. Here you have the buffet, again in between breakfast and lunch, so there is nothing there. And on the other side, you have the same thing. Hello. Hello. You get your own beer. It's usually their beer. I have seen Bud Light in them, but usually they're a little foamy. So got a lot of head on them, so we choose not to. Now, one thing Carnival did while I'm walking back is they got rid of the aluminum bottles for Mick Ultra, Bud Light, even light beer, and they went to the cans, which I think a lot of people are not real happy with. Anyway, this is the other buffet. Same thing, just duplicated. And this is almost aft. Which brings us out to the Tides pool. Oh, I get it. Brings us out to the main pool. Or excuse me, the aft pool. Again, as I showed you from upstairs, it's 2 hot tubs, a pool, a full bar, and another drink station way over there on the other side. And then now we have the Seafood Shack. It's actually very good, little pricey. It is extra money. It does not come with anything with your package, but it is very good. And again, we have the back deck, very far aft, where we have one of the most popular places on board. That's the pizza place. This is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You only get the 2 right now.
All right, we're done with deck 10. We are going to now move our way down to deck 9. Deck 9 is pretty much cabins, and that's it. Deck 9 goes all the way down, nothing but cabins. All right, deck 8, again, nothing but cabins. And deck 7, again, nothing but cabins. And one more time, deck 6, nothing but cabins. All right, we are on deck 5. We're going to start in the very aft of the ship, and this is the Starlight Lounge. This is where they do the comedy shows. They have some karaoke back here. And it's a pretty big theater, as you can see. And it's nice and cold in here as well. As we exit the Starlight Theater, we walk across this actually pretty cool piece of glass. And it takes you over to what's on our left is the steakhouse. And this is the Prime Steakhouse. You have to make reservations. All right, this is the Prime Steakhouse. Reservations are required. It is an upcharge. I believe it's $35 or $38 a night, and I highly suggest it. And it's really not bad for the price, but expect to spend about 2 hours in here. All right, moving forward, we have the piano bar. This starts nightly, and it can get pretty wild at times, but it doesn't really open until about 10 o'clock, I believe. Okay, making our way down the Promenade deck. There's only one way to go on this deck, and that is on the starboard side. First thing we come up to is the Vibe. This is a nightclub. They also use it for the art option as well, when they're not having parties in here. Now, the other night it was hopping, but today it's used as an art option. Next we have the Red Frog Pub. Check this place out. On your first day from 12 to 2, it's happy hour. It's basically buy a beer, get a beer, or buy a fish bowl, and you get it half price. It's a pretty big bar. Has a little stage there. They have yet to play there. Again, they have a full bar. Which brings us right out to one of the most popular areas on the ship, and that's the Alchemy Bar. Again, we are on deck 5. This is the Alchemy Bar. A pretty popular space, and then they have bands in here at night. Last night they had a pretty good duo that played some pretty good songs. That out there is the lanai, and then you have the hot tubs. We'll go out there in just a second. And it's the same on the other side. All right, also on deck 5, right by the lanai, we have the Plaza Cafe, where you can get coffees and a little bit of ice cream or jello. Then over here is the sushi. This is sushi at sea. Again, it'll open up once we set sail. All right, as we make our way forward, up on our left we have Pixels Gallery, where you can actually look at your pictures. Most pictures you do now are by facial recognition, and they're online. They will actually come on your Carnival Hub app. All right, we can film in here because they're not open. So this is the casino. Remember, they've changed a lot of their rules in the casino. You can no longer just come in, sit at this bar and smoke, and you have to be actively playing on a machine or at a table to smoke. You cannot just come in here and hang out and smoke anymore. And I believe it's helped tremendously. It does not smell like it used to, but it hasn't been real good to me. I can promise you that. Not good at all. I believe in give and take, but it's done nothing but take, and I usually do pretty good. All right, this is going to bring us right back out to the atrium, And these are our shops. You have a lot of jewelry. You have actually a pretty big jewelry store here. As you can see, that is all jewelry. They definitely have ATMs, one in the casino, one out here. And I believe they have another one down on deck 3. As we get closer to this other side is pretty much just a store, a liquor store. They have sundries, whatever you need, toothpaste, a little bit of that stuff. Pretty expensive. We forgot our toothpaste and it cost us $11. They have t-shirts. So check out the t-shirt sales. They do it 2 for $20 on certain days. They used to do it out by the pool. They don't anymore. This is cherry on top. Nothing but candy. As you can see, plenty of candy. All right, our last stop, which is completely all the way forward on deck 5. We're going to pull these doors open like we own the place. They are heavy. All right, this is the main theater. This is, again, you can access it from deck 5, 4, and 3. Deck 3 will bring you down there to the main floor. All right, so used to you could walk all the way around the promenade deck, but now it's crew only from this point forward. So we're going to start on the starboard side, work our way all the way back and around to the same place on the other side. I will speed this up so you're not so bored. This is one of 2 hot tubs on each side. They're pretty large hot tubs. Coming up to the lanai and the other hot tub. And we have the Pig and Anchor. Pig and Anchor is only open on sea days. And it's obvious they have closed for the day. As you heard it, they're closed. As you usually have a nice beautiful view from back here. Let me give you a peek. Pretty much doesn't get no better than that. Continuing on around. now coming to the port side. Smoking area.
Pretty good.
Get up there so we can be. And here you have the outside seating for the Red Frog Pub. Pretty fun place to go into. Here you have the port side eye and the port side hot tub. One of two again on each side. And again, two of the hot tubs on the port side. The end. Again, crew only from this point up. We're gonna make our way down to deck 4 from the forward end of the ship and work our way back. All right, deck 4, otherwise known as the mezzanine, is going to bring you to the second level of the theater. We've seen it. We don't need to see it again. All right, it's going to bring us by the photo gallery, the atrium, which also gives you a good view of the main floor, which is the lobby. Now, they don't have any of the pictures. They have them all covered up again because we are in port. Now, I know you still see a lot of the ships have got away from you hunting for your pictures. As you can see through the grates, you have to look for your pictures. Pretty much everything, like I said, is facial recognition, and it will come on your app. Certain pictures they still put up. Okay. All right. All right, as deck 5, to walk down the deck, you still have to walk on the starboard side, and which is going to bring you to one of the nicest things they did on this ship. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. All right, more toward the aft of the ship, as we're getting closer to the aft of the ship, they have a new addition. This used to be a conference room, and they did this on all the Dream class ships. They created, you guessed it, finally, a non-smoking casino. They still have table games, slot machines. They're limited. They have a roulette table, but no craps table down here. They do have a bar. And it treated me about the same way as the one upstairs. All right, again, as we work our way back, if you're a Kiss fan, it brings us back. We have another entrance to Club O2 on the other side. To Circle C. Now, Circle C is located on aft deck 4. This is a teen lounge, and parents are not allowed in there. And they do have pretty good security that keeps them out. And they're up from ages, I believe it's 15 to 17 or 14 to 17. This is O2, 15 to 17. All right, and all that does is bring us back to the last dining room, which is the Southern Lights restaurant. I just told you to act like I own it. And this is the Southern Lights dining room on deck 4 and naturally deck 3 again. All right, we're going to start on deck 3. We'll just show you the bottom floor of the Southern Lights. And this is the bottom floor, or deck 3. Now, be careful when you're leaving here, because if you're wanting to go, because you get confused on which restaurant you're supposed to be in, the Northern Lights or the Southern Lights. Remember, Northern Lights is front of ship, Southern Lights is rear of ship, but there is no way to get from here back to the other restaurant. You're going to have to go up a floor or down a floor, because that wall right there is the galley. So again, basically what I'm having to do is to avoid the galley, I'm having to go back up and then come back down once I get forward of the Northern Lights dining room. And then we make our way into the Northern Lights dining room. Now this is midship. This is actually our dining room. And we are upstairs because we are doing anytime dining. And that's what she looks like from up. Okay, we've all the way just about forward again to the atrium area is how we had to get around all the restaurants. Down here we have guest services. We have the elevators. We have a little seating area. We actually spent a little bit of time down here listening to music. And then you got your excursion desk, which I have renamed Carnival Adventures. And again, and I'll give you another view of deck 3 to the theater. Now, one thing about this theater, unless you sit way over to the sides or 3/4 of the way back from the stage, your line of sight is obstructed by several poles. You get the same obstruction up on level 2, but not nearly as bad as some of the other ships we have seen. We've made our way down to deck 2, which is your Cove balconies on the outer left side of us, looking down the hallway. Inside cabins, naturally, on the right side. Nothing but cabins. And all Cove balconies. Okay, deck 1. Inside rooms or ocean view rooms, all the way down. Finally, deck 0. This is pretty much not quite the whole bottom. Not quite the whole bottom.